Hello, hello, hello. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. Today is an exciting day. We are going to be launching Coach Mo's book. So come on in, get ready for an hour of fun, excitement, and to learn all about Coach Mo, Bernice Oliver. So come on in. We're going to be starting this broadcast. I want Facebook and share this out. Today is the book launch, in case you didn't know. So come on in. Come on in. I am Dr. Tanya Lowe, and I am a board member for NAWI. And also, I've known the author for a very long time. It gives me such a great honor and privilege to be here today and be a part of today's broadcast as a host for the book launch. And so just come on in, share this broadcast out, because you're going to get an opportunity to meet the author, as well as she's got a free gift for you. I wasn't supposed to say that, but and if you're like me, you love a free gift, because I know I love a free gift. So let me tell you a little bit about the author before we bring her in. So Coach Mo, Bernice Oliver, affectionately known as Coach Mo, has a deep-seated determination to create a different life for herself and for others. And I know that to be true. A life of self-reliance and fierce independence for anyone who is willing to go on the beautiful journey that she takes people on when she works with them. She had this fear for a very long time that any form of dependence could set her on a path of misery and misfortune. How many of you have ever felt that? And dependence was a luxury that she simply could not afford. But through deep learning, a series of experiences and relationships, personally and professionally, because it takes that, personally and professionally, she uncovered her gift and the secrets of being the calm in chaos and crisis. Isn't that wonderful? How would you like to discover your gifts? So listen, so much so in her discovery, she found herself unconsciously amid situations that called for order and resolution. She has become the voice that guides others from chaos into a more hopeful circumstance. She is rightly referred to as the calm in the storm. Everyone, welcome Coach Mo to this amazing book launch. Come on, come on. Coach Mo, welcome. This is about to be an exciting time, such an exciting time. We've got folks in the chat saying hello, Debbie, hello, Cynthia, hello, Tracy, hello, Debbie, hello, Kizzy. Welcome to this broadcast. So Coach Mo, let's take a breath. Are you excited?
I am beyond excited. Y'all know what? I couldn't even sleep last night with excitement. And I am just brimming really with gratitude. I woke up this morning, I shared with you this morning before we came on live that, that old spiritual, I need thee. And, it was just so beautiful. It was just resonating in my spirit because I realized that this book is a product and an inspiration from my source. It's from him, and I'm so grateful. So I'm just glad to be here. We're finally here. Today is the day. Let's get started.
We are here. So without further ado, what inspired you to write this book? I mean, I know your journey, but there may be people watching the broadcast today that don't know your journey. So what was your inspiration behind writing this book?
Well, my inspiration really was all of you and the women that I work with and the women that I serve. This book, although it may be a little autobiographical, it really is my love letter to the women who have ever questioned their journey and
Mhm.
ever questioned whether or not they were on the right path and really felt truly alone, I am here to say you are not. You are not alone. And this book really demanded to be written. It wasn't something that I necessarily was always thinking about doing and wanted to do, but rather something that was demanded to be written, because I don't want another woman to feel the way that I felt on this journey, to feel that loneliness and that emptiness and that sense of loss and despair, when actuality, all we really need is a plan that we can execute on our own. And we need a community that supports us. And
Yes.
so that was really my inspiration behind what I wish I knew on the other side of agency ownership.
And you need a strong leader like yourself to help you maneuver through those difficult points along your journey. And I know that you do that for so many people. So
absolutely. And I also felt, now that you bring that up, and that was it, I really felt there wasn't someone who understood me, who walked in my shoes. And so this is not about race or religion or anything like that. It is about really who I am at my core. And what I desire to see out of my own life, and feeling as if I really didn't have a leader or someone that was going to be there to help me get there.
Yes.
And I'm so grateful that now I'm positioned that I can help others. I don't want to see another agency owner, not another woman, not another fall to the wayside, not under my watch. That's not going to happen. So that is where this comes from, and why my passion is so fiery about this topic, because I felt like I was walking on this path and no one really understood what it is I was experiencing every day.
So as you share that, I know that writing a book can be very cathartic. What did you learn about yourself as you were on this journey of creating this book, this piece of history that's going to represent your legacy and be a guide for all women in insurance? What did you learn about yourself?
Writing this book, a couple of things. One, it really helped me to see, you know what, girl, you a badass woman.
We are badass women, yeah.
Excuse my language, but that's the truth.
No, we're not excusing. That's the truth.
But it's the truth. It allowed me to have a bird's eye view of my life. You know, we tend to just kind of see our lives at our own eye level because we're living and walking it every day. But it allowed me to see just how far I have become and the woman that I've evolved and I've developed into. And it also allowed me to see that I have lessons that I have learned that demand to be shared with others. I can't just keep them silent. I can't keep them quiet inside of me. I have to share them. And it also helped me to understand that how resonant I am, that I can withstand change, diversity, anything that is thrown in my path. I have the God-given strength and the ability to face it, but not only face it, that I can overcome it. And I don't think many moons ago, 20 years ago, if you had asked me that question, I would say probably not, that I was not as strong as I think I am. But this book is evidence, because I'm living it every day, that I can accomplish anything and I can face any challenge and not only just manage it, but I can overcome it.
And you help so many people do that every single day. So guys, if you are just tuning in, you are listening to the book launch for Coach Mo, Mernice Oliver, and she's telling her story. She's going to tell you guys how to get the book. If you want to get this book in your hands, type "I want the book" in the chat. Type "I want the book" in the chat, because I know that she's got a special treat for you. So Coach Mo, before we go on any further, I know that you've got a couple of people that want to kind of congratulate you. Are they available to?
They are. I'm going to bring them on.
Okay.
So
Hello. We've got Mr. Daryl Oliver joining us. And who might this person be?
It's my sweetie.
I'm just someone she's been on this journey with her for the last 20 plus years. I'm proud of her. Congratulations. She's always worked hard. She's always been very diligent. And like I said, I'm super proud of her. And I know there are other great things that are going to happen for her.
Great. Yes. We received that for her. Thank you. Thank you for joining the broadcast today.
You're welcome.
We got one more person waiting. We're going to add them to the screen.
Bring them on in. We want all congratulations.
Amber, you're muted. Let me unmute you. Hold on. You got to unmute yourself, I guess. You won't. Oh, there we go. Okay.
I am so excited for you, Coach Mo. You speak nothing but life into all of us. Can you all hear me? My team is saying I'm on mute.
Yeah.
Thank you, Marty. Okay, awesome. But you speak nothing but life into us. And I thank you. I thank you daily. I look forward to you coming to my office every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, because you bring just such a different spirit when you come in. And you have been so faithful, not just to us, but you have been faithful. You have set the trend. You just don't know it. You have raised the bar for us. And the Word of God says, it's one of my favorite scriptures is, if you remained in me and my words remained in you, ask whatever you wish. That's whatever you wish. Ask whatever you wish. And it would be done for you. You have been faithful. Your faithfulness ties to a lot of our destinations in life. It ties. And I thank you. And I know there's so many other young ladies that you have coached. But you have truly played a major role in my life. And it's not just about an insurance agency. It's so much bigger than that. It's about being a healthier woman. It's about being a better mother, a better wife, a better friend, a better leader. And I thank you. I love you. I am forever grateful to Coach Mo, to the Oliver family. I love you. Thank you all. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Mr. Dare, for just sharing. Thank you, Erica, Mommy.
And thank you, Amber. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So we want to get back to talking about this great book. So guys, I've dropped in the chat a link. Coach Mo, tell everybody about this link I just dropped in the chat.
So for today, you can get the Kindle version for just 99 cents. So you can get a download of the Kindle version for just 99 cents. And hey, don't wait. Go ahead and get this. We only have this open for 24 hours. By tomorrow at noon, the price is going to increase to the normal Kindle price. So you want to go ahead and download it today. I know you can afford $1. You can invest $1 in yourself. So let's go ahead. All of you on 35, 40 of you that are on, please go ahead right now. Click that link that Dr. Tanya Lowe has shared, Coach Mo gift to you, and download that Kindle version for 99 cents. And do me a favor, because we all family, right? We family. Y'all know how I am. We're family. So I would really appreciate if you would share that link with your community. Yes. We want as many downloads as we can possibly get for today, because this is about elevation, right? This book needs to be in the hands of every woman that you know that has struggled, that have been challenged with this whole navigating this life through this insurance industry. For those of you who would walk with me in this journey, you know what I'm speaking of, but I don't have that reach for everyone, right? Okay, so I'm depending on you to share this with others inside of your community. Tell them to download it today for just 99 cents.
Coach Mo, this is awesome. You know, I had the privilege of walking alongside you as you were putting this book together. And this book is, I know it's your story and your journey through the insurance industry, but guess what, guys? This is a great read for anyone, because she talks about personal and professional development tips that can help really in any industry. So not only do we want you to get this book today, but let's make this book an Amazon bestseller. Let's make this book an Amazon bestseller today, a #1 Amazon bestseller. So download, get to downloading, share that link out right now, right? So you'll have 24 hours, I believe, or is it just during this broadcast, Coach Mo? Podcast. Get it out, get it out, get it out. So, Coach Mo, I got more questions for you.
Okay, all right, I'm ready.
I read the book and I absolutely love what I believe is your pivotal moment. That thing, I think we all have these moments that set us on a trajectory, even when we don't even know that it's moving us in that direction. I'm gonna take a deep breath. And that is the purple suit story. I'm getting chills right now because I know the story. I want you to share that story with everybody because that story is so impactful and it really sets the tone, because I believe that there are people they're in a purple suit place in their life, right? And so will you share that chapter of the book with us? Will you just kind of read some of that for folks that are listening?
So let me kind of just summarize it really quickly. It's kind of a lengthy chapter, but it's called The Girl in the Purple Suit. And it's really the first chapter or the first lesson in the book that I wanted to share. And it's all about being confident in who you are, knowing who you are, and being okay with that. And so for those of you that don't know me or have not met me before, I've been in the insurance industry 26 years. In November, it'll be 27. I started when I was 3 years old. And one of the first lessons that I learned really is where this story begins. And it was actually my first day at work at a Fortune 500 insurance company. And let me give you a little bit of background. I had always worked in U.S. Customs, so I wore a uniform to work every day. I wore, pants, boots, so forth. And I really didn't have a lot of professional wear. Now, I'm dating myself. This was the early 90s. So insurance is very, very conservative. And I knew that and buttoned up. But my idea of what conservative meant, I wasn't really sure about it. But I got a really tough lesson that was taught to me on the very first day that I started working for this company. So I showed up. I got hired to work for one of their specialty teams. I was going to be one of the national catastrophe team members, travel the country, handle storms and disasters. And I was overly excited. So I'm a little bit, didn't have a lot of money. But I was so proud that I was able to go to Macy's. How many shops at Macy's? And buy a purple suit. It was a Evan Picone purple suit. I'm sure we're all familiar with Evan Picone. And had these little purple not purple, but it had these little sparkly rhinestones on the lapel. It was kind of a church lady suit in hindsight as I think about it. It was a church lady suit. And I wasn't really sure at that time that it wouldn't be viewed as okay or as acceptable. So I'm at the first day. We're all kind of like, people are viewing us doing the dog and pony show. We're meeting all of the managers from all over the Atlanta metro area. I had a mentor who was already working for this company. And when he walked in to the meeting, it was a morning meeting about 10 a.m. I could tell he wasn't really happy to see me. Didn't really know what the issues were, but I could tell he had this look. You've had that look before when you walk in and you can tell somebody's face. It just he wasn't happy. So we had a little break and he asked me to step out into the hallway. How do I always get emotional? I always get emotional when I tell the story.
The emotions come on through, honey. Tell the story.
I always get emotional. Mm-hmm. So he asked me to step out into the hallway and, he said to me, "What the hell are you wearing?" And for those of you that have, raised children before, if you've ever chastised a little person about their, what they're wearing, they kind of look at themselves like, "What?" And that was kind of my look. I was like, "What? What are you looking at it?" And he began to berate me about wearing a purple suit. He said, "Do you see anyone else in this room wearing a purple suit?" And he said, "I think you need to take your behind, and that's not what he said, home, and you need to change. Wow. So my face is red. My eyes, tears are burning my eyes, and I'm trying to compose myself. Let me paint this picture. I am the only African-American woman in this entire room. The team was made up of 30 individuals. Yes, there were other women, but I was the only African-American woman there. So I was already what I felt a little bit apprehensive just because of the makeup of the room. And I really wasn't sure how people were going to view me. And now here I was, someone telling me that I was not going to be readily acceptable because I had on a purple suit. In that moment, that was a hinged moment for me. I don't know if those of you that study, it's about a Hezekiah hinged moment, meaning that it really changed the trajectory in terms of how I saw myself. Because before that, I was pretty confident. Went to a HBCU and I thought that I could conquer the world.
Absolutely.
But in the matter of 60 seconds, because we were not out in that hallway longer than 30 seconds, 60 seconds, he managed to dismantle all that had been poured into me about who I was in just a few moments. And so I went home. I made up an excuse. I went home at lunch and I changed into a plaid skirt and a black jacket. And really for the next 10 years, I grappled with my identity, who I was, where my place was, what was I supposed to be doing? Now, thinking back, I realized it was a lesson that was very necessary in order for me to know what my identity was. My identity was not in that purple suit. My identity was not in that room with these other 30 people. It was not. My identity was who God said I was.
Yes.
Who he created me to be and who the person that I was going to eventually become. But it took me 10 years. Are you hearing what I'm saying? 10 years to rebuild my confidence. I questioned everything about myself every moment that I worked inside of this company. Did I look okay? Was my hair okay? You know, could I wear my nails? Could I be who I truly was authentically? Authentically. But see, the real lesson was it was okay for me to be different. I was supposed to be different because I was set aside. I was appointed. I didn't realize that. But it was because I didn't know who I was. And so my lesson that I want to share with other women out there is, yes, it's a necessary lesson, but this lesson is about you and knowing who you are and never letting anyone, no matter what their title is, disrail you and discourage you from being who you authentically were created to be and who God says that you are.
Powerful, powerful. Guys, if that story resonated with you, just give me some hearts, some thumbs up in the chat, because every time she tells that story, I remember the first time I read the story, it shook my core. To be quite honestly with you, I was like, where is he? Let's go, right?
Yes.
But I think that we've all had those people in our lives, and they're in our lives because they teach us a lesson. It doesn't feel like a lesson at that time, but you've taken that situation and you have used that and formed it to help other women along this insurance journey. And I'm so honored to be a part of the board and watching you work every day. So I've got some more questions.
I got one more person that wants to jump on though, really quickly.
Okay, bring them on in. Bring them on in. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, and who are you and what would you like to say?
I'm Brian Oliver. I'm Bernice Oliver's son. I just want to say congratulations on your book launch. I'm really proud of you. I know you worked extremely hard on it, and many blessings to come.
I love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian, for being here. Thank you. Tell all your friends to get the book, Brian. All right. So this book is a guidebook for women in insurance. And I'm looking in. I have the ebook copy version. I'm looking at the table of contents, and the Purple Suit story sets it just sets the tone for women, for people to connect, right? But then the lessons begin. And so one of the lessons that stood out to me was mentorship is vital to your success. And I know you mentor women in insurance through your programs, through just everywhere, not just in Georgia. Can you talk a little bit about that chapter and why did that chapter make the book, Mernice? What did you find out about mentorship along the journey?
Well,
and guys, wait a minute. Guys, make sure that you go ahead and you download that book. And if you want an autographed copy of the book, I put that link in the chat as well. But go ahead and download that copy. Remember, we want to get the word out, and we want Mernice to be an Amazon #1 bestseller. So get it now. And when you get it, type in the chat, I got it, and then I need you to share it with somebody else. So Mernice, mentorship.
Well, mentorship was something that I always thought was elusive to me. And what I mean by that, I had many mentors as a little girl, but I mean very specifically in the industry that I chose to be part of my career. I really felt, again, I'll say it again, I felt like they didn't understand me. Yes, there was no really true connection. I will say that. And so I recall my first opportunity, and that's what this book is about. My first opportunity as an agency owner, I was an Allstate agency owner, and I was as green as the grass in my front yard. I didn't have a clue how to be a business owner at all. Had no clue. And I realized very quickly that I needed help. And my managers and my leaders were inadequate, very frankly, and incapable of really helping me. And I remember watching the Oprah show, Auntie Oprah, as we call her. She my auntie too, right? Okay. Anyway, so she my auntie too. And I was listening to Auntie Oprah, and she said, if you know someone that is already successful in what it is you desire to do, even if you can't have a personal relationship, then they can be your mentor by proxy. Sold. So I met a woman who was extremely successful as an Allstate agent. She'd been there since the early 70s. She was actually the first woman agent at Allstate. And her name was Pamela. And absolutely loved her. And I tried to create a mentoring relationship. At that time, she was not necessarily interested in being my mentor. So guess what I did? I decided to emulate her. Wherever she was, I went. Whatever she did, I did. That was exactly how I began to design my own kind of success blueprint, because I watched her, I admired her, and I decided, okay, well, if she's not going to enter into a formal mentoring relationship with me, no problem. I am going to still watch and emulate every move that she made. And I am so glad that I did that. I showed up wherever she was going to be at the chamber, whatever networking event I saw her name, that's where I was going to be. True story. They would send out every month top leader on the top leaderboard, and her name was always at the top 3. So I went in and whited out her name. I printed that list and typed in my name because that's where I desired to be. But I also realized that without mentorship, I can only take myself so far, right? Only as far as I know. I needed someone to be able to speak into my life. Now, let me say this. Your mentor is not always going to be someone that may not always necessarily in your industry. It may not be someone in the insurance industry. You need to determine exactly what you desire and what you're looking to develop in your life, and you find a mentor that can speak into it. May not always be a woman. It may be a man. But I knew that I couldn't carry myself. So I began to go on my little search and find, what I call my search and find, to find the mentors that would help me develop in those areas that I knew I needed to be developed in. And so that's why I believe it's so very important that everyone needs a mentor. You cannot navigate this journey alone. None of us are created to do this life alone. None of us. We need mentors. And I know so many of us will kind of hold back and say, well, I don't want them to know that, I'm not as strong as I say I am, or I'm not. We already know that, baby. We already know.
Right. You don't have the social media front. You've got someone right here that has been tried by fire to mentor. So, Coach Mo, I have another question, but before I ask this question, we're 30 minutes into the broadcast. Is there anyone else waiting that wants to give me any thoughts in the green room? Is anyone else
questions in the comments or anything?
Okay. No, I can see the comments. There are no comments. I was wondering if there's anyone we needed to bring on. So my next question is, mentorship it's vital. It's crucial. Now I'm going to take you to another chapter in the book around building a purpose-driven team. So as a leader in an insurance organization, once you're getting the mentorship and the development, because that's what it is, you're getting developed, because as you said, many of the people that were in place to help you, they weren't equipped. So as you equip people in the insurance industry, as you equip women in the insurance industry, how does that help them have a purpose-driven team, and why?
Yeah. Well, I think my aunt, she just said it very well. Iron sharpens iron. And she is so very right. So thank you, Auntie Brenda. She just said that, and she's so very right. But one of the things when I'm working with an agency owner one-on-one, one of the key things that we work on is, what is your vision? Why are you here? No one ever said that to me. No one asked me that before I became an agency owner. And I think that's so very key and so very vital, because you need to have a very clear answer to your why, because that's what's going to hold you in the road, as my granny would say, when the road gets bumpy.
Yeah.
You need to be connected, intimately connected to your why. So once you have your why in place, then what you can move on to developing your own purpose-driven team. And what I mean by purpose-driven is, we all have a purpose and we have a position to play inside of the agency. One of the challenges that I see so very often when I'm working in and I do my evaluations of an insurance agency, very often 90% of the individuals are misplaced in that particular job position.
What do you mean by that?
So what I mean by that is that they have, salespeople operating in a customer service position, or they have a customer service person who's really acclimated for a customer service position, and they're trying to force them to be a salesperson. Well, guess what? That's why the team is not growing and developing. That's why you're not reaching the level of success that you desire, is because you are mismatched within the team organization. And I always say this, it starts at the head. It flows down from the head. And so if you don't know what position that you should be playing, just like a basketball team, I'm a basketball mama, right? My son played basketball. And so you got to know who your point guard is, who's going to be your center, who's your power forward. Everybody has a position to play, right? You're not going to put a 5'4" basketball player at center. Why? Because he's going to get run over. And that's the same concept that you need to think about when you're putting people and developing your own purpose-driven team. When you are hiring and when you're going through your vetting process, it's extremely important that you know what characteristics you're looking for and the aptitude that you're looking for. The attitude is so very important when we are trying to build and grow our own teams. And so I think it's more than, we can't just hire for a license. We do ourselves such a great disservice, because all we do is look at, are they licensed? Are they licensed? Are they like, well, who cares? If they can't come in and play the position, and everybody moving towards the same purpose and the same goal, but are you clear on the purpose?
Guys, are you clear on your purpose? Are you clear on your purpose? So we've talked about identity, right? We've talked about how our identities can, we may have to do some work on our identity, because if you started out in insurance or you were in another field, if you take some time and sit back in reflection, there are probably some things I call them those mind monkey blocks that are stopping you from performing, things that have happened to you along the way. And so we've got to look at our identity. Then the second thing is, you've got to look at mentorship. Are you being mentored? Are you working with someone who can help you go beyond where you are? I'm a business owner as well. And I know, and I tell people this every time, you can only take yourself so far. And then the next thing that Coach Mo talked about was teams. Your team is vital to your success. If you think you can do this thing by yourself, you can only do it by yourself for so long. But what is vital to your success is getting that development and having a strong team and getting this book. So Coach Mo, there's a lot of passion here. There's passion in the broadcast. There's passion in the chat. People are passionate. But you got a chapter in the book that says passion does not equal strategy. What? Why do people need to understand that? Because I found that chapter to be so eye-opening, because there are people in the insurance industry and outside of the insurance industry that think my passion is enough. Speak on it.
The reason I wrote that book is because, and you've heard it back in the day, that was a buzzword, passion. I want to pursue my passion. I want to live my passion. Well, guess what, ladies? Guess what, y'all? Passion only takes you so far. Passion fades. Real talk. Passion fades. And so that is only a sprinkle, a moment in time that you're going to be able to experience that passion. But what's going to lend to long-term success and longevity is going to be strategy. Strategy. If you don't have a strategy to get yourself from point A to point B to point C, you cannot build a sustainable, listen to what I'm saying, a thriving or a sustainable agency. You're not going to do that because passion is only going to take you so far. You have to tap into what I call your DTSA, not my name, not my little acronym. I stole that from someone else, another mentor that I know. Your gifts, your talents, your skills, and your abilities. That is where you have to tap into to create your strategy for success. If you do not have a strategy for success, then you have already set yourself up for failure. Is going to die and fade away, you guys. Strategy is the only thing that will last the time.
Ooh, I hope you guys are hearing this, taking these nuggets in. We are almost 40 minutes into the broadcast. I hope you are getting that download. Get that 99-cent download. And then if you want to autographed copy of the book, so let me tell you, I love the e-version because I can read it on the go. I'm reading it on my phone right now, but get the hard copy as well, because that hard copy is something you can sit down and use it as a guide in your team meetings. It's a book designed to study, not just read. It's a book designed to study and to apply to your organization. And if you're not doing development with the people in your agency, this is a good place to start. So Coach Mo.
I do want to jump right in. At the end of every chapter, there's some little questions. I'm all about action. Y'all know, for those of you that work with me as your coach and your mentor, you know I'm about implementation and execution. I don't want to hear any talking. I just want to have action and execution. So at the end of every chapter, there are development questions. And we have some little lines for you here to be able to make some notes, because this true is what Tanya just said. This is about development and you working with your team through this. This will help you build the foundation of where you can start to build your thriving agency. And so don't miss it. At the end of the chapter, we have development questions for you already.
Right. It's not a book to read. It's a book to study and apply, which leads me to my next question, Coach Mo, about the book. Accountability. I'm heavy accountability with my clients. I know you are heavy accountability with your clients, with your industry. Can you talk about why accountability is vital in this industry, especially in this time today?
I think so often, it's great to say, have these huge, lofty goals, what I call your big, hairy, your BHAG, your big, hairy, audacious goals. I think that's wonderful. But if you're not being held accountable to how and when you're going to reach those goals, it's just a wish. It is. It's just a wish. And so if you don't have someone or many someones holding you accountable for those goals, then it's nothing. It's fleeting. And so that's why accountability is so very important. But as agency owners, we're not only accountable to ourselves, you're accountable to your team. You're accountable to the community that you serve. You're accountable to your family. So it goes beyond just creating and writing some really cute little goals every month or every year and say, oh, we'll get to them. It's important that you be held accountable so that you can execute. Execution is so very key and vital to your success as a business owner, as a wife, as a mother, as an entrepreneur. I don't care what your path is. If you fail to execute and implement, then you're still going to be in the same spot that you started.
Ooh, did y'all hear that? Did you hear that? If you don't take a step, because Coach Mo, one of the things that I found is people, they always want to know the play 5 steps down from where they are. And it's like, no, you're at level 1. So take that step. And if you take that step, it's going to open the door to the next step.
Yeah, absolutely. Every time I always kind of chuckle, new agency owners that I talk to, and they always say, oh, I want to make $1 million this year. Well, can you make $1,000 first?
Wow.
Can you make $10,000 first? Because you have to get there. It's about stair steps. And I have to say this is a little thing that's kind of been in the back of my mind for several weeks now. The latest and the greatest strategies or the secret to success that they sprinkle that little fairy dust on you and they say, oh, we're going to get you to 6 figures in 6 months. Go ahead and do that if you desire for that. But I'm going to caution you that, again, that success is fleeting. It is not long-standing. It is not foundational. I teach and coach and mentor foundational business practices because I'm about businesses winning. I don't know about you, but I like to win. And I want to be successful. And you cannot do that by listening to each and every coach that's out there and consultant that's saying you can do $1 million while you're sitting on the beach and we can do it in 6 months. Those strategies may work for a short time.
They say 90 days. That's what
90 days.
That's what gets folks so caught up is, the 90 days. And guys, you got to work for it. It's going to take work in all the things that Coach Mo has been talking about. So Coach Mo, we've got a question from Mickey Young Brown. And she says, speaking on strategy in your book, should the mindset of agency owners going in be just sell, or recruit, or should the strategy be a mixture of both? Can you explain your thoughts on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So no, your strategy has to be a hybrid of who you are. It has to be a hybrid of vision, goals. Yes, who am I? I don't say recruit. I mean, who am I actually giving an opportunity to join me as a part of my purpose-driven team? What is going to be my sales strategy? How am I going to generate leads to be able to make those sales? So it's a hybrid of multiple things that you need to work on. There's not one specific area that I would say, yes, that's where you need to focus. And I think, again, that's another one of the fallacies that will come up in agency ownership because the focus is I got to make my numbers. I got to make my numbers. I got to make my numbers. That's all. I got to make my numbers because I lived that life. My best friend, she would always say that, girl, I have lived through it with you. And she was right. Every month I was in tears trying to make my numbers. But how many of you know out there that just making your numbers is not going to make you successful? And it really is not going to help you build a life that you love because you are so much more than just your numbers.
My God. So much
more than your numbers. So Coach, we have to look at you from a holistic view. I'm sorry. I just want to say that you want to look at the whole person. I don't just look at you as a number and looking at your production goals. I have to look at you holistically as a whole person.
Yeah.
What is going on with you on the inside? Where's your mindset before I can ever help you hit your goals to make your numbers?
You know, mindset is critical. Mindset is so key because your client can be so focused on numbers, but they've got some mindset blocks that's keeping them from reaching their numbers. Let's go back to the identity story. Are y'all following how this is so layered? How it's you want to get to success, but there's several steps to get to success, right? Coach Mo, who inspires you?
You know, I would say it's you. It's my family. My family really inspires me to dig deep and really become who I was created to be. It's about my husband who inspires me, but also it's the women that I serve because they are the most resilient, brilliant women who will get knocked down and they will get back up the next day and say, okay, Coach Mo, I wiped my face. You know, I've been through the battle. I got my little wounds. Well, let's get started. Let's try again. That's who inspires me. It's the women, my family, but not only my family, but the women that I serve. They inspire me every day. I am very clear on my assignment. I have to say this. I'm very clear. There's no question at all. When I get out of the bed every morning, I jump out with joy because I know who I'm called to serve. And that is the best feeling in the world, you guys, because I am clear on what my assignment is, and that's you. And to help you build a life and a legacy and a business that you love.
So, what's your current TV obsession?
That's funny. Netflix, you got, and I know it's kind of quirky, but on Netflix, I like the African genre. I can understand what they're saying, but I love it. They have these little hokey little love stories, romance stories, but I most love that they are women that look like me, girl. They cute, they round.
The storylines are crazy, but they're good.
Yes, they're fashionistas. They're just, I just love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So that is my obsession. I can watch hours and hours of the African genre, the romantic and the comedy. I'm a romantic comedy girl, rom-com. And so those are the ones that I watch, are the rom-coms.
Yes. So I have one more just kind of quirky question for you. Window or aisle seat?
Oh, girl, I have to have a window.
Really?
I have to look outside and see what's going on. I want to look at the clouds. I want to look at the little people down below. Looks like little ants. That's my thing. I hate sitting in the aisle. People bumping into you. And no, I want to sit in the window.
Okay. Can people find you? Tell folks where they can find you on social media.
Absolutely. So, of course, Facebook. My business page is Coach Mernice Oliver. But you guys have my personal invitation to join me inside of our Facebook community. It's called Women, Insurance, and Entrepreneurship. That's where you can come and get supported. We're going to hold your hand. We're going to link arms with you. And we're going to say that this is your safe space for you to grow and develop and become the entrepreneur that you desire. I'm also on LinkedIn as Mernice Oliver. And come on over. We're growing a little bit of a presence in Instagram. I'm so excited about that. I got a little following over there in IG, but it's the official, Mernice Oliver official on Instagram is where I am.
Okay, great. So I mentioned at the beginning that I am one of the board members for NAWI. Can you talk a little bit about NAWI before I turn it back over to you? Can you talk a little bit about NAWI? Because I believe, and I'm not in the insurance industry, but I see so many things that you do that helps women all over. And I thought NAWI was an amazing creation. And I think every woman in insurance needs to be a member of NAWI. So can you talk about NAWI? Because I'm a proud NAWI board member. So can you talk about NAWI and why people need to join NowWe. And before, I hope you guys are getting that book. Type in the link. I need to know everybody who got the download. If you got the download, tell me I got the download, because we want to make this an Amazon bestseller. If you ordered the autograph signed copy, and I've got the link in the chat, I need to know what you're doing. And I also need to know, did you share this broadcast out? Because you can share it as a watch party, okay? So get busy. We all working today. So Coach Mo.
Thank you. Yeah, so NowWe is my baby. NowWe, for those of you that are not familiar with what NowWe stands for, it's the National Association for Advancement of Women in Insurance. It is my brainchild because I saw very necessary need for women of color and minority women, multicultural women, for leadership development inside of the insurance industry. There are not opportunities, too many opportunities for us as it relates to women of color and multicultural women to get true leadership development. And so my vision for the association is that every woman, no matter what walk of life you come from, but particularly women of color and multicultural women, will have their own community that's going to help them develop their own leadership skills so that they can navigate a career inside of the insurance industry. And so right now, for those of you that are interested in joining, it's just $100 to become a founding member. We are, I think, right at about 60 members strong right now. So we need about 40 more members to get to our founding member 100. And just super excited right now. Our initiative is that we are looking for state representatives. And so an email will be going out about that all over the country of women who would like to be a delegate for NowWe and helping us work with other women who are interested in coming alongside with us and developing our leadership skills. And so we're just super excited about the direction that NowWe has taken.
And I am super excited for you. So guys, you are listening to the broadcast for the book launch for Mernice Oliver, Coach Mo. Get the book, get the download, join NowWe, become an active member, not a lurker, become an active member, get involved in all of the development, and go ahead and create that agency that you were destined to create. So Coach Mo, I want to thank you for allowing me to be a part of this book launch today. I'm going to I'm going to go back to the green room. I'm going to allow you to take these last 7 minutes and talk to folks about I'm just going to allow you to talk to folks in these last 7 minutes. So thank you for allowing me to host today. Guys, get the book, and I'm turning you back over to Coach Mo.
Thank you. So again, thank you for Dr. Tanya Lowe. I love you, girl. Thank you so much for being here and supporting me through this process. Thank you guys for being here and spending the afternoon with me. You could have chosen to be anywhere else, but you decided to be here with me. And I think I want to wrap up today just expressing my gratitude. And at the end of the book, I wrote that gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and even more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos to order, and confusion to clarity. It can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, and a stranger into a friend. And you guys, I am beyond grateful and thankful and filled with gratitude to my Creator, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who knew me before I was created in my mother's womb and intricately designed this life perfectly for me. Thank you for giving me all my gifts, my talents, my skills, and my abilities that allow me to walk in alignment with the purpose that I was created. Thank you, God, for hand selecting me to teach, lead, nurture, develop, and impact the lives of women all over the world. To my parents, I'm grateful that you chose to bring me into this world. Watch me grow. Allow me to fly. Thank you. To my husband, Daryl, thank you for flowing with my daily crazy, for your unconditional love, your support, and pushing me to be who God created me to be. Daryl, you are a beautiful soul and indeed my gift from God. To Brian, my heartbeat, you are the reason that I push beyond my fears and my insecurities. It is my prayer that through me, you see a bigger, a better, and a bolder life for yourself. You have wings, Brian. It's time for you to fly. I love you. To my brother Kevin and my sister Erica, my biggest fans and my fiercest defenders, I'm thankful that y'all have my back and I have yours. I love both of you more than you know. To my extended family, friends, aunts, uncles, cousins, each of you have played a role in helping me become the woman that everyone gets to see every day. I am grateful. I honor who each of you are, and I love you. Hashtag Lily's grandkids and hashtag Valley Jeans. To all my friends and my family who I chose, my sisters and my brothers, I thank you for my love, for your love, your support, your accountability, and your life-affirming role that each of you play in my life. I cannot, will not, and choose not to do life without each and every one of you. To all the women of NAUI, Myrnice Oliver International, and Women Insurance and Entrepreneurship, my community and my clients, thank you for the opportunity to grow, evolve, and change together through strategy, accountability, and taking big, huge leaps of faith. I love each of you. Thank you guys for being here with me this afternoon. Don't forget to download your 99-cent copy today. We want to get to that Amazon bestseller. I love all of you. Kizzy, Nikki, Sean, thank y'all for being here. Auntie Brenda, Michelle, Dijon, Miss Auntie Kathy, thank you. Erica, I love y'all. Dina, I'm so grateful that you are here. Mickey, Cassandra, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Tanya Lowe, for all of your undying support. You know you are my ride or die girl. I love you. Karita, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I love you guys. Remember, we have 24 hours to download, and our goal is that I will be an Amazon bestseller, but I can't do it without you. Please share this with others, that they will get their download today for 99 cents. The price goes up tomorrow, as well as if you'd like to have your free autograph copy. I have a special gift for you guys. So for the first 3 people that commented today, you will get a free autograph signed copy of my book that will be mailed directly to you. And so that was, I have to go through it, I'm not sure, but I believe it was Tracy and Tracy Thompson, Mickey, and I'm not sure who the third person is, but Dr. Tanya Lowe will help me figure out who that third person is. But those are, I know, the first 2 that jumped on that I was able to see. All right, that's it for me today, you guys. I will be hosting a live watch party inside of the Women Insurance and Entrepreneurship group later this evening at 8 o'clock, as well as on my business page of this live broadcast, so that you can share it again and help us reach our goal of becoming an Amazon bestseller. All right. Love you guys. I will talk with you soon. Bye-bye.